Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michelle Roy, and I'm part of the Kern County Superintendent of Schools STEAM team. And we are here today to talk about how you can inject STEAM into your expanded learning program. I'd like to share with you that I am here today with my team. You can see all their lovely faces there on the screen, and each of them will be speaking as part of the presentation today, and each of them will introduce themselves as we roll along through our presentation. We have 5 points that we'll be covering with you this afternoon. We will start by engaging in expanded learning STEAM activities. Then we'll spend a little bit of time exploring how STEAM and expanded learning can converge and really create a meaningful program for our students. We'll spend some time explaining some possible options for connecting STEAM with your expanded learning program. We'll also be sure to share with you how we here, the STEAM team here at Kern County Superintendent of Schools, can support you in potentially implementing some of the ideas that we bring up with you today in this presentation. And there will be some opportunities for you to reflect on how STEAM and your current context might work best together. And you'll notice that each of our 5 tenets begin with an E. We call this the 5E model of instruction in a science curriculum. So with that said, let's go on. And, you know, thinking about why we think that STEAM is a critical part of our, especially our Kern County education system, is considering these statistics, in particular, the fact that Kern County is number 4 in the nation in terms of STEM job availability. And we as educators here in the county need to do whatever we can along that pipeline to create opportunities for our students to potentially stay here in Kern County after they pass through our K-12 system and fulfill some of those STEM jobs. As you know, we're lucky enough to have lots of interactions with STEM professionals here in our area, and many of them talk about having to go outside the county in search of potential employees. So hopefully maybe we can open up some possibilities today about how we as a system can support that STEM pipeline for industry here in our home. So I'd like to pause for a moment and give you a second to reflect on how are you and your school district currently leveraging your expanded learning program to grow STEAM and science literacy. And so if you'd like to pause the video for a moment and reflect on that, pull out your science notebook and jot some things down and really think about that before you proceed with the presentation. And I'm going to pass it off to my colleague, Holly.
Hello, my name is Holly Gonzalez, and I am a STEM program specialist here at KCSOS. And we're just going to talk a little bit about ways that we here at the county are engaging some of our students locally in some expanded learning STEAM activities through the programs that we offer. So at our STEAM camps, currently we are conducting one STEAM camp out at Calm, and we're adding additional locations here starting in the summer. We have different rotations that we do with our students, and these are just some examples of the types of activities that we have kids engage in so that they can get just an experience in a variety of just kind of STEM ideas, STEM concepts. Our in-person attendees to our ILN meeting will actually get a chance to participate in some of these, like making flashlight circuits with some popsicle sticks and some very simple other little pieces to actually make a circuit. There's a nature symmetry activity that's more of an art-based activity. We do a biomedical engineering activity with wind-up toys and coming up with a prosthetic for an injured wind-up toy. We have a great little activity with makeys. And we also have an activity where we have the students build catapults, and we kind of play off of the kind of a Harry Potter theme with the golden snitch in that activity. An advanced slide. Thank you. So after being or having the opportunity to go ahead and participate in these activities, we'd like for you to just kind of think about how can you connect just some activities like I just mentioned to student learning and engagement within the classroom. And thinking on those same lines, how do we make those connections from that after school time really explicit to the classroom? And then how can we leverage our expanded learning program or your expanded learning program to really grow that STEM or that STEAM literacy? So if you're watching the video and you want to take a moment just to kind of think about those potential activities, give you a chance to write out your thoughts, or like Michelle said, maybe pull out your science notebook and write those thoughts down. You could also talk with someone near you if maybe you're watching this at with your other district partners, or even just think to yourself, how could we have these types of activities, hands-on based activities, be a part of your classroom, and how could they connect to your classroom instruction? And I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to our next colleague, to Jamie Viveros.
Hi, my name is Jamie Viveros, and I'm the Expanded Learning Coordinator and the VAPA Coordinator. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go through and figure out how we can explore the convergence of STEAM in an expanded learning program. So when we look at today's students and we think about our future leaders, we need to ensure that they have the skills required to tackle some of the problems of tomorrow. As Michelle had said earlier, 4% STEM jobs in Kern County. It's pretty important to foster these skills in school and in an expanded learning. So given our complex and changing world, we will need citizens who are critical thinkers and problem solvers to meet our modern challenges. So learning the subjects such as STEAM, the S, T, E, and A, and M, we're going to build the knowledge and skills needed for the future to tackle problems and be able to draw reasonable conclusions and make decisions based on evidence. And we also can come up with some creative solutions. You can see there's a link there on the page. You can go ahead and go on there and check out the STEAM Hub with After School. And there's just some more talking points that you can kind of investigate and kind of look at. Next slide. So we want to continue with our knowledge of what is going on with expanded learning and how we've involved STEAM into that process. And so over time, after expanded learning program, we've done literacy. And so now there's a shift toward STEAM. So we want to make sure that we're incorporating those in our after school and our summer programs. So here at KCSOS, we've immersed STEAM into our expanded learning. So we want to make sure that you as districts have those resources and you have the availability to incorporate STEAM into your summer school and your expanded learning as well. So when we look at it, we have multiple activities where students are working on teamwork and communication skills. They're looking at engineering designs that are real world situations, just like you'd seen in the activities earlier with the prosthetics with the animals. So we're always trying to incorporate more of those life skills pieces into our expanded learning. All right, in this Science for Kern video, we show you multiple ways where expanded learning can be utilized in a school district. We have Science for Kern units. These are science units that could be used in a classroom, and they are free, and they have materials, lesson plans, presentations, everything that you would need to conduct a science experiment. Then we go into our summer camps, our summer STEAM camps that we have at CALM. And then another utilization that districts can utilize is we can do a day camp also within your district. So if you go ahead and check out that video, you can learn a lot more about expanded learning opportunities and how you can inject STEAM into your district. So I'm going to pass it off on to our next presenter.
Hi, my name is Justin Jansen, and I am a program specialist with Kern County Superintendent of Schools. And by this point, you've seen some of the rationale behind using STEAM in the expanded learning program. Hopefully you've been able to watch that video. It's a great video that really shows the impact that STEAM has on students and the learning opportunities for them. So at this point, you may be thinking, how do I get this into my district? Or perhaps you're thinking it looks great, but I just don't see a fit for my needs. Well, wherever you're at on that spectrum, we have a solution for you. So as Jamie's mentioned during that some synopsis of that video, there are Science for Kern kits. These are NGSS aligned, high quality instructional kits that are ready to use inside the classroom. There's also the option for bringing that STEAM camp to your sites, doing it where the students are. We can provide after school or summer STEAM camps, dependent on what works best for you. There's expansive professional development that we can do with your activity leaders or staff to give them the tools to equip a really robust learning camp for the students. Or you're just looking for professional development that shows how do those STEAM activities align and get introduced in that classroom instruction. Because again, every one of these activities are NGSS aligned, giving the students opportunities for that three-dimensional learning. You'll also see that a guide to developing STEM, that is a hyperlink, could give you more information on it. So with any great 5E lesson, we're going to lead into the evaluate where we are at and where we can go together. So here's a few things, just a prompts for your reflection. And again, if you're watching this with your team, you can pause right now with these and kind of discuss it, or just think to yourself, what are you already doing with your STEAM and expanded learning? What more can be done? How can we at KCSOS support you in those needs? And how can we help you overcome any of those barriers that you may face? You know, as we close out, there's this passage here that you can read just about the power of STEAM in a student's educational journey. One part that really stood out to me is in that second paragraph. The whole point of STEAM is to inspire inquiry and curiosity. We have a bunch of students that are curious, and we want to use that and develop it, because curiosity leads to so many great things. You are watching this presentation right now on a device because someone was curious how to process information faster. We're driving home today because someone was curious about how do we move from point A to point B in a more efficient fashion. Those same inquiries and curiosities are in our students at the district, and we can help you unlock all the potential that they have. So if you would like to know more, please click on that link to give us information so we can get in contact with you, or the QR code right there will lead you to that same Google form. And we can begin to develop that robust STEAM program that we know those kids are waiting for. We want to thank you for your time, and we are looking forward to hearing from you and working with you in expanded learning and STEAM. Thank you.